Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and today I'm going to be talking about the importance of organ meats in a natural bodybuilder's diet, as well as for the general population, and it has mainly to do with the concept of like supporting like, a statement made by nutritionists like Vince Gironda decades ago, which many today will pass as utter nonsense. In this video, I will be talking about the history of eating organ meats, the introduction of this practice in the silver era of bodybuilding, and finally, the science that backs the like supports like concept. And believe me, when I say that you will want to stay to the end of this video, because I will be explaining some recent and exciting scientific findings that not only support the like supports like concept, but will shed light as to why organ meats are such nutritious foods that can support our health. Now, most people will frown at the thought of eating organ meats, or offal as they are generally referred to. However, eating organ meats has been a staple in most indigenous diets for millennia. Our ancestors likely realized the superfood potential of eating organ meats by simply observing nature, where the fiercest of predators, their first choice after a fresh kill was eating the liver and vital organs of the beast it had just hunted. Fast forward to the early 20th century, and physical culturists were starting to read about the benefits of eating organ meats and their extracts, specifically glandulars, for treating a variety of diseases, including diabetes mellitus. Of course, these are just observations without the rigorous scientific methodologies of the 21st century, but nonetheless, were pointing to the benefits of eating organ meats for health and preventing disease. By the 1950s, a revolutionary study by Dr. Benjamin Ershoff published the beneficial effect of eating liver for enhanced exercise performance, and suddenly you have most silver era bodybuilders, including Reg Park and Steve Reeves, taking and promoting desiccated liver tablets, and 1950 Mr. America champion Armand Tanny eating generous amounts of liver as part of his raw carnivore diet. The desiccated liver rage soon followed, and it was advocated by the likes of Gaylord Hauser, who was Steve Reeves' dietitian, and the first Hollywood nutrition guru, as well as by Jack LaLanne and his student Rio H. Blair, and of course, the Iron Guru himself, Vince Gironda. By the 1960s and 70s, bodybuilders such as Arnold Schwarzenegger and Frank Zane were taking liver tablets by the hundreds per day, and we'll have to explain why in a future video, but the point is that eating organs in one way or another was a necessary staple for athletes as it helped improve their performance. Just hearing the experience of my own clients these days after I first introduced organs in their diet says a lot.
So the first time I ate it, I actually started to feel more energized and more active. I think this completely a hypothesis that I was deficient in some kind of nutrient or something like that, but I felt extremely energized. You recommended me to eat at least 3 times a week, but I felt like my body was telling me to, it was like saying, this felt so good, eat at least more times. And I started eating 150 grams of liver.
Good.
And I've been eating it every single day, even if I wasn't training.
Organ meats have been eaten by humans for thousands of years and are considered superfoods, providing protein and essential nutrients. The ingestion of organ meats is also used to help with various medical conditions. I for one know their potency, having improved my own health. For this reason, I have decided to partner up with NutriEst in Europe, an Estonian company that sources nutritious organ meats from 100% grass-fed cattle. The organ meats are not heat processed or defatted and are free from additives. Their products are 100% freeze-dried to optimally preserve nutrients, minerals, enzymes, cofactors, and the biological activity. If you are looking to improve your performance or just wish to improve your overall health, try Nutriest's new range of organ meat supplements, and I highly recommend that you take advantage of my code GOLDEN15 at checkout. Sure, many of us understand that liver is a superfood and may even know that organ meats themselves are superfoods. But what about the statement made by Vince Gironda and other nutritionists that like supports like? Was this statement said with no concrete basis, or was it ever proven scientifically to be true? Well, the answer is yes. Scientists were already experimenting with organs for several diseases in the early 20th century. For example, in the early 1920s, patients receiving raw pancreas glandular tissue, or the extract, were cured of diabetes mellitus without the need for insulin. By the 1950s, patients with cardiovascular disease were seeing positive effects after administration of heart muscle extracts, likely due to the coenzyme Q10 content. These studies, as well as many others, were showing a positive effect of treating specific patient diseases with the administration of organs or their extracts to treat the dysfunctional organ that led to the disease. By 1976, German scientist Kement proved the theory of like supports like by administering rats with radioactively labeled organ homogenates, or an extract, including liver, kidney, heart, spleen, lung, adrenal gland, and testes, and tracing their incorporation into the body. To the scientists' surprise, the majority of the radioactively labeled organ homogenate incorporated into the corresponding organ of the body. That is to say, for example, that the majority of radioactively labeled liver homogenate would incorporate into the liver, or the lung homogenate into the lung, and so on. Kement would continue this research well into the 1980s, with further discoveries elucidating the mechanisms behind this discovery. And interestingly, this had led to a completely new branch of peptide science that is such a hot topic nowadays, especially in tissue regeneration. Kement found that the specific parts of the homogenates that would accumulate in their homologous organs, or like organ, were short peptides. And this, of course, leads us to today's interesting science of peptide technology, namely organoprotective peptides. We have all by now heard of the tissue regenerative effects of peptides such as BPC 157 and TB500, which are naturally found in gastric secretions and thymus extracts respectively. This new branch of interesting science promises to change the world of regenerative therapy and is all the craze in the fitness world. Interestingly, it is known that organoprotective peptides naturally secreted by our organs diminish over time as we age, and not only protect the resident organ, but also protect other distant organs of the body. I will probably be talking about organoprotective peptides in the near future, as I have used them myself to actually heal myself. As a final point about the benefits of organ meats, it is without saying that organ meats are highly nutritional and considered superfoods. Why? Well, it's quite simple. They are vital organs after all. They maintain your health and vitality, hence the name vital organs. It's for these reasons that they were always highly prized by indigenous cultures and predators in nature. These organs are responsible for keeping us alive and in working order, so why wouldn't our body prioritize them and supply our vital organs with the best nutrient profile available? For those of you who can't figure out the point I am trying to make, the point is that when you are feeding your body, your muscles are not a major priority for your body. Instead, the brain, heart, lungs, stomach, kidney, liver, spleen, and glandulars are way up on the priority list, as are your joints and bones. And now that we know why organ meats are such a valuable nutrient source, with protective effects in our bodies against disease, which also have the potential of boosting our overall vitality and health, why wouldn't you want to have them in your diet? Of course, everything needs to be in moderation, and I would highly recommend supervision in taking organ meats as a supplement. I have had many of my clients taking them when it is truly needed, and the results are typically very positive. If you are interested in taking your health and fitness journey to a level of great health and vitality, please get in touch through my webpage for my online coaching program. Further, I have recently begun collaborating with Nutriest, a European company that produces high-quality organ meat supplements. And these are the organ meat supplements I recommend, as the organs are sourced from grass-fed cattle from Scandinavia. Head to www.nutriest.eu and use code GOLDEN15 for a 15% discount at checkout. So I do hope you have enjoyed this video on why nutritionists like Vince Gironda and others recommended organ meats, and I hope that I have at least made the history of science behind this practice understandable, and especially about the concept of like supports like. Although there is an exhaustive amount of research that has occurred over the last decade that is easily accessible through PubMed, so I encourage you to check it out. If you have enjoyed this video topic, then please give it a like, subscribe and leave me your comments. I would like to know, given my medical and scientific background, if you are interested in me talking more about bodybuilding health overall. I know there are many channels out there that talk about general health, but very few that focus on athletic and bodybuilding health from a medical and scientific perspective. Please let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's it from me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. Head to www.goldenerabookworm.com for the biggest range of classic old-school bodybuilding books as ebooks, e-magazines such as Iron Man and Reg Park Journal, high-quality bodybuilding posters of the Golden Era stars, merchandise and classic gymwear featuring Steve Reeves, Marvin Eder, John Grimmick, Reg Park, and many other Golden Era stars. For those wishing to build a classic physique, lose fat and build muscle, online training is also available. Collectibles such as rare autographed photos from the Golden Era stars are also available, and to collaborate, please get in touch.